can make like challenging, so 0 no bonuses, no penalties, unless they have something logic, and everybody else can make -10 logic. You'll see why I'm asking for so many rolls in a moment.
Ooh, I almost had him on that.
I rolled lower than you, and you still kicked my ass.
So we're either they're either little Gretchens around or commandos.
No.
I can smell them.
Are they purple?
It's actually something opposite. Actually, as you proceed through next day, and then another one, I mean, next day, the second one, you will be like close to base that you will just encamp and wait for signals. As you are traveling through ruins of cities, desolated areas, you realize that apart from that last Squigot patrol, you don't really... doesn't seem like you have to hide from many things. I mean, you still do, because you are proceed carefully, but there's surprising lack of patrols, enemies around. Still, it makes sense considering like orcs are not usually the ones to force on the back lines, but on the front lines. Nevertheless, in days before, there were some encampments, outposts, or anything that Sigmund with diversionary group could attack, and now it's more or less gone. There's surprisingly very little activity in like this barren grounds behind enemy lines. And with all of those rolls, like you spotted it, you realize that this is the case. And well, there are a few answers that are coming. One, this might be a case that war bosses or whoever's leading now before Grimtooth comes decided that to switch strategies and just recall every single orc to group them up, don't leave easy pickings. Maybe they called in everyone from backlines to final main push on the front lines, because also this is the thing, as we are approaching closer and closer, you'll hear, obviously for the entire journey, there's like very faint like echoes if like big guns were firing, so you can hear like faint echoes. So because this is a war world, so obviously there's sounds of fighting every time, because war doesn't stop. I mean, at least you know, until now you knew that several Imperial troops were mostly ignoring one another, for one is and focusing on orcs. But now as you are approaching closer, you can hear more distinctively the massive firefights, artillery, fire, explosions, and all of that fun stuff that is accompanied by war. And yeah, speaking about other potential reasons, well, it's up to you if you can figure something out. I gave you like 2 possibilities. And maybe there's perhaps a third one with those high logic checks that maybe they were recalled somewhere else, but that would be strange and unorthodox.
Well, there is a war boss coming.
So they've either been pulled back or the troops have been pulled to the front. I'm assuming we've all sort of met up for this.
Yes. At the least, Xanthus would have called the cadre together to discuss this.
Yeah. Well,
command squad while he was at it.
What time is it in the day? Night, day?
I think it might be like because these observations took like during the travel, so this is like late afternoon, early evening, like during the day, and you have like still the next day to go before you arrive at the staging.
Well, Sigmund, would you mind sending your Servo Skull to do a high altitude reconnaissance?
I suppose. He only gets the regular one, but he still gets the plus 20. Nope.
I have one of those too.
I haven't used a fate point yet, so I'll reroll. I will reroll it. Maybe I'll get lucky.
You don't want me to use mine before you use yours?
I guess. Go ahead.
What do the Servo Skulls? What's the Servo Skull's awareness again?
Yours.
Just mine? Oh, okay.
Unless it's a special reconnaissance skull. Yeah.
It's an Augur Skull, to be specific.
Well,
I got you.
May it clears his throat. Prior to using the machine, there is something I could perhaps try, if you would allow it, Inquisitor.
Pause, or out of character pause. I would say yes to that, but Matt's already rolled the roll.
For what?
So, for whatever this 94 is.
He rolled it's a 94 though, so.
So what
I'm basically out of character. He wants to use the use the ability projection.
Projection.
Having his send out your disembodied mind and spirit from your body, which is vulnerable to attacks. He's basically unconscious, but
I know.
Spirit can go search.
I know
I
what
can
it does. I was just thinking.
Invade the guy's mind if I beat him in a willpower test.
That's not. Wait. Oh, that must be the ascended power.
Well, projection is rather risky, though.
It's risky. Yes.
Your body's here. We can protect that, but your spirit's literally in the warp, flying around.
I'm pretty sure you can't. Can you use psychic powers during projection?
Some, yes. Telepathy, especially.
Really? I always thought that was an Ascension thing to use.
No. Like some things you can't, like biomancy, obviously you can't do. Telekinesis might be a bit more difficult. Pyromancy might be a little bit more difficult. But divination, telepathy, perfectly fine.
If I may explain what that 94 was, it was to see if orcs, by some miracle, because I also gave them penalties due to the size of their operations, could have concealed some of their stuff that are doing, and I rolled fucking 94, so that Servo Skull will see quite a lot.
That's what I suspect, which is, in all honesty, why I want to keep that roll. But,
I mean, there's no reason why he can't do both. It's just you don't want to be out of your body for extended periods.
Yeah, I imagine it will be interesting for him to be in a warp in the main orcish camp or nearby, because that many orcs, they twist the warp, or however is it.
It's that they believe if a vast number of orcs all believing something, then that will happen. But I mean, I don't
it takes a lot though.
Yeah.
It's not like a small amount. We're talking millions and millions.
Yeah, there's some millions on the planet.
Yeah, but would they really suspect a crow flying overhead?
I mean, not this. So.
Yeah.
What Xanthus is going to say is that you may proceed, but we'll use both the machine and the warp. Cover all angles.
I'm going to
well,
cast projection.
That log field will be more than a little visible to you. No?
Yep.
And actually, you're invisible. You're like a warp spirit.
Mm-hmm.
You have to I think you have to do something to make yourself visible.
It says you project a mental self, which you can shape to look like whatever you choose, and that mental self will just be a crow. Now let me just the power. Projection. There we go. Fetid, of course. Shot 21. Psi rating 4. Bonus 25.
Can y'all hear this music, by the way?
Nope.
Nope.
Really?
So the
Hilarious.
projection is successful. So I see the Warg field, and you said I could cast powers while still as this form, yes?
Some of them, yes.
I did not think so, but hey, if Gabriel says so, then I'm going with Gabriel.
You can still use some. You can use most of your telepathy powers.
So mind scan, compel.
Actually, I think you can use all of your telepathy powers.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You want to be careful about psychic shriek because you can actually deafen yourself.
Of
in that
course,
instance.
I wasn't planning on that.
Because if it's actually, you might still be exempt, but it'd be loud. Telekinesis, I think the threshold for most of that stuff is increased by 5 or 3, one of the two.
4.
Well, in this, I want to ask Matt a question. With my projection,
Yeah.
where is the war boss currently? Because that's where he would focus in on.
On this day, not yet on the plan.
I mean, the one leading them currently.
Yeah.
The one acting as boss.
They are in the main war camp. There's a building called Warlord Fortress.
Okay.
Actually, I wanna mention one more thing. Actually,
The junk field.
you would get, like, if you contact the admiral, he will give you like a sitrep that General Buchard, who is on the planet side leading Imperial forces, he is sending his regards and informing that even though fight is still fierce, Imperials managed to strike some successes and push the front line in their favor. And yeah, that's the info you get for now.
How many Squigoths are within the Squigoth currently?
You're asking me very tough questions.
Actually, no, I need to do something first to get that information.
We've whipped. Well, I see what you mean. Yeah. Okay.
I'm going to do the mind scan on the boss first, and then that's a question, and that will have to be displayed if I win or succeed. Because I have something that could be extremely amusing. Okay.
The only thing to be aware of, John, is that...
Yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, Xavier?
I'm not even sure how this works, in all honesty, but I know that people can try to force you back into your own body if you're not careful. So be careful of that.
Oh yeah, of course. If it fails, then if I do anything, it fails, and I go back into my own body. Oh, rather, I can't attempt to do something to that person again. But yeah, I'm going to mind scan the boss. With his power, you can read the target's mind, probing whatever secrets are hidden within there. Yeah.
Does he get
Mind scan is a lengthy process. Target makes a opposed willpower test. If the psychic succeeds, he may delve deeper into the target's psyche. Should the target succeed, it indicates that he has managed to thrust the psyche from his mind, and the mind scan power ends. Each round that mind scan is successfully maintained, the following information is revealed. Round 1, contact. The psychic contacts the target's mind, learning basic information such as name, mood, insanity level, physical health, and so on. And then, yeah.
it was close, but he doesn't make it.
Well, first I have to get the power to manifest. So mind. Scan. There we go.
Are you keeping track of your wounds? Because actually you took
Yeah.
Corpus Convention at least twice, so...
Yep. No, it was once. I get my willpower bonus normally, then I invocated, and then I did Corpus Convention once, so I'd be at 18 wounds.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
did-
did Corpus Conventions again, so I'd be 16 wounds, yeah.
Yes, you did projection
Yeah.
and... Fuck.
Yeah. What was the threshold again? My apologies for being slow. I will get this down eventually.
Threshold for mind scan is
23.
23, unless you've mastered, in which case it's going to be 5 less.
This is telepathy, so yes, it would be 5 less, wouldn't it? He's a
And you do have discipline focus, which is like,
yes.
then that's
So
minus 2.
So that's minus 7 in total from that. 3, 16.
I see. You can use the corpus conversion too.
16.
Well,
You'd probably see like well, as his brow's furrowed, yeah, he starts to bleed from somewhere. A minor cut opens on his face or something.
that's overkill.
So rating 4.
Well, if you're
Modifier
full health.
25. And that was again fettered. So
Wow, you're
wow.
like a son of a bitch, considering you fucking would got to...
Oh yeah, I have to add plus 20 to my perils and
You know what, I'm just gonna roll to see what we could have gotten. 57, nah. Oh, that would have been good!
I'm just glad that didn't occur. So
Do you also get plus 20 on
willpower.
Perils of the Warp?
Yep.
Okay, so I want to see what would happen.
I'll bump that up to a success.
Okay, so this
So,
technically a
surface
war
thought.
boss, but officially, as you realize, he actually that's a very interesting thing. When you scan the mind of a, for example, orc, do you have to have secret tongue Xenos or Orcish to understand what he thinks?
No.
Not especially. The mind wraps its secrets in symbols, and you have to, get used to the symbols. It'll be an alien mind, so unless he's very used to it, it's probably going to be difficult going.
In character, he's probably not read the mind of an orc before, but probably has the different species once or twice.
But orcs also use Low Gothic, a fair deal. So there's at least a point of commonality there.
Information. The first one, the psychic contacts and mind learning basic information such as name, mood, insanity level, physical health, and so on. I assume he's in
The emotional impressions he'll get easily.
Yeah. I assume he's in perfect physical condition.
He's a one of the like under bosses, like a war bosses. So yeah.
Well, I mean, someone might have tried to thought he was stronger than boss dipshit and got into a fight recently, but that wasn't the case.
No.
His insanity level doesn't matter. His mood is really aggressive. They're going to do an assault at some point, or is it more, more passive in the sense that, oh boys, we got to prepare for the big boss when he comes. If that makes
Latter.
any sense. Okay, sure.
I mean, maybe a little bit. Like you feel a lot of more aggression coming way back from front lines, who are like several kilometers away, because that's a fucking huge amount of orcs fighting there.
Yep. Round 2, surface for thoughts. So willpower again. That's better. Opposed willpower test.
Okay. Oh.
How many degrees would that be?
If his, I imagine, let's say that his resistance psychic powers would still count. So his target number was 50.
Okay, so that's 4 points. That's 50.
John wins by 0.2.
Yes. Okay. Barely. Okay, next one.
Close. I imagine like if somebody was looking at the orc, he will like stop for a moment, scratch his head, wonder what was done.
Okay, surface thoughts. The psyker investigates the thoughts which are the utmost in the target's mind, such as opinions on the psyker that doesn't really matter. Immediate fears, conscious lies, a single location, objects, events, or persons which are significant for the target. It is not apparent why it's not apparent why it's important. Only the emotions associated with it.
Okay, what you would get, I think this might be important for you. The orc is he knows, or rather he thinks he knows that Warboss Grimtooth, the main biggest Warboss or Warlord Grimtooth, is planning something big.
Okay, but I'm gonna have to delve deeper.
He has no fucking idea what that.
Really quick, it might go a little bit quicker for you, John, if you just get all of the opposed out of the way and find out what's the highest that you get to.
Okay, sure. So let's go round 3 then.
Damn.
He rolled really well, but you still beat.
Okay, round 4. I still won, I think. Barely again.
Yes. You won by 0.8.
Okay, and now the last one, round 5.
Soul bearing. This is going to be a little harder.
Yeah, this one I think I won.
I will bump that up to 5 degrees of success, just to pass it. I have 1 fate point left.
Do you want to use it on
charge?
Yeah.
Because you're already in his subconscious. The only thing deeper than that is to just see his entire soul. So
yeah, but this is something that I want his mind to be weaker for planning to do next, as well as finding out the information.
Very well.
I mean, I'm not at all planning. I mean, it's not like I'm planning to dominate him so that he's going to, I don't know, release the squig-offs in his pen or anything.
Figure that's where this is going, but...
Okay, round 5, soul bearing. The psyker may plunder the target's mind. Will any information contained in the target's psyche is there for the psyker to do what he wishes. The psyker may attempt to scan his target's mind covertly. In this case, the psyker must make an opposed willpower test at a -10. Should the psyker succeed in a covert scan, the target gains a faint sense of unease but is unaware that his mind is being probed. If the target does not attempt to covert scan, the target is fully aware that his psyche is under attack. He may attempt to break physical contact with the psyker or even strike out. So, guess we're doing that opposed roll again for the last time to see if the covert thing works. Please. Fuck.
Pretty
2 degrees.
sure he beat you.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make that a pass. Fuck it, I don't care anymore.
With your last fate point?
Yes, with my last fate point, I am sure.
God, whatever.
I'm sure.
Oh dear.
So
I fucking rolled insane for this guy, even if he failed everything.
Yeah. Well, what's his name's a psyker, and he's probably tainted. He's a tainted psyker, so that probably increases his willpower.
Yeah.
So
does not attempt. Yeah. Okay. So he's unaware this is happening. Basically, I want to know exactly when he believes that the war boss will be coming to planet, where the landing location will be. Is there anything else you guys want to know as well? Or at it, out of character?
Actually, there is. Kenneth, can you describe the war boss that your command squad wants dead?
Indeed.
Oh, wait. Are you actually, or pause before I continue that, is he coming back to talk to us, or is it just like...
no, I am asking out of character.
Okay, so this is something what we would have told you to look for beforehand.
Also, well, it's
Okay.
also the case that any telepath can. We have another one, and we have an astropath with us. So, right? Or no, we don't have the astropath.
Astropath
The
left.
telepath.
I
We
imagine
have the
he's safe on the
telepath.
ship.
Yeah, he's safe. But the telepath can essentially play telephone with
Yeah.
us.
Okay.
Forgot
The
we
other
have
one.
the telepath. In which
Sure.
case, Xanthus will
Playing
tell
telephone.
Xanthus will tell Mayak to, and I guess find out which war boss it is that his command squad wants to kill, and Xanthus gives the description of that war boss. So he basically wants you to look through the guy's mind and
Yep.
see who matches up to that.
Yeah, does he know this war boss? If so, where's the location? And I think they were the questions. So just to quickly go back over them, when does he believe that the war boss is coming down? What preparations have they made for his arrival? Where will he be? If he knows, where will he be land? I don't want to say landing. That sounds dumb. Where will he be hitting planet? And lastly, whether if they know, or rather if he knows where this war boss that the command squad or the guard one dead is located, is around, and if so, where.
General information about the orc disposition of forces across the planet and their plans would be useful for the Imperial Guard.
Sure, that as well. Like where, like where the orcs, if they're planning to hit anywhere,
So
if so, what
basically,
locations?
just everything he knows.
Everything he knows. Yeah.
I mean, if you're digging this far, you're basically going to get everything he knows.
Yeah.
He might know that much, just saying.
Well, I mean, he's commanding. He knows where they're going to throw the next orc forces. He probably knows where this other boss thing is.
God, I hope he doesn't. I hope John wasted his points.
Wow.
I mean, you
Yeah,
get.
and who is it? Who is his fungus daddy, and what does he do?
If I may, because I already forgot half of the questions, so starting from the back. You will get enough intel that it will aid Imperial forces, assuming after the assassination that the orcs don't fall apart and it will be a simple map-up operation.
Mm-hmm.
As for war boss that command squad wants to kill, he is Underball's Red Lega, and he's like the Mech Boys war boss, more or less.
Okay.
Not a too big orc, but really nasty fucker, usually going around in one of their walkers, and it's Red Lega mostly because he paints them in a way that rather the orc knows the legend why it was so, because the walker's legs turned red after squashing so many humans beneath it.
Oh, how
and
lovely.
the blood just sprayed over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's that.
Boys, we're killing a mech boss today.
And as far as this orc knows, this Red Lega guy is the only one exempted from meeting with
Okay.
because he needs to look out for like vehicles and whatnot, repair shit.
Is he within this compound or a different one?
Are you on the camp thing?
Yes, I'm in
Yeah.
on the.
So Mech Boy's garage. This
Okay,
is
so
the,
is he there
this
now?
is the entire compound, and the Red Lega is in Mech Boy's garage, as far as boss knows.
Sure.
As for other questions, what were the other questions?
Does he know precisely when the war boss is going to hit planet side? If so, does he know where roughly the location will be?
The boss said he will be that tomorrow.
No.
There tomorrow, is there any kind of, what's the word?
I imagine orcs don't have very specific sense of time.
Is it like by the big tree there tomorrow, or whatever? I don't know.
By the tree in Edmonton.
Okay.
Like, in front of the fortress, like near the fortress, and like the scale of this map is kind of big, so they have enough space to like have a craft land.
Sure. Okay. So he's coming by hovercraft then. Coming by orcish.
Some
Airways.
kind of orcish craft with
Does he know
escort.
what kind of craft?
I don't know. I don't know orcish craft, so I'm gonna say he doesn't. Not really.
Okay.
Well,
Sure.
boss doesn't say much. Not everything.
So basically, we could probably set up some anti-aircraft guns to just kill him when he's coming in. But yeah, back in character. That's, I believe, all the questions. Now we're gonna have a little bit of fun. Hopefully.
If you want fun, roll me a concealment. Might be strange, but you realize. I mentioned they have Weird Boys Tower.
Weird Boys Tower, yeah.
Yep, roll me a concealment.
Wouldn't that be concealment based on willpower, considering he's not there in physical form?
Probably.
If you want them to base their perception of their willpower.
I don't know, like, he's not there in physical form, so he can't, like, hide himself. How would that work?
Maybe not physical form, but just roll the usual, and they will roll the usual.
So concealment then, okay. Welp.
Okay.
Pretty sure I win.
5
Most
For a moment,
impressive.
you feel like some things, like obviously there are things in the world, but there's something like you almost get the feeling of like a searching light, green searching light. But that's the closest knowledge I got. But then it just like leaves, and you are safe to proceed.
Okay.
Also, just saying, but because I would be way too salty if you